Soyez les bienvenus, chers téléspectateurs, dans l'interview d'Africa 24 qui reçoit pour vous un nouvel invité anglophone. Donc cette interview se déroulera en anglais. Emmanuel NNOROM, welcome.
Thank you.
You are President CEO of Transnational Corporation of Nigeria.
Yes.
That is one of the top companies of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Am I right?
Yes, you're right. One of the top 50 quoted on Nigerian Stock Exchange.
Okay, so we'll talk about this company through questions or words that you will have to read out loud. So let's start with the first one, please.
Is TRANSCORP moving from stabilization to accelerated growth?
Still moving, yes.
Still moving? Mm-hmm. Okay, yes.
Yes?
Yes. We, 3 years ago, we had a major investor in TRANSCORP that took over the controlling shares, and since then we've gone through the first phase of our stabilization the last 3 years. Now we're going to the next phase, which is a growth phase. In the last 3 years, TRANSCORP has gone into so many sectors of the Nigerian economy, and the last of which is the power sector. So, and that's an area that is growing significantly in Nigeria.
So you want to focus on this sector particularly to grow this company or not?
No, TRANSCORP really has 4 subsidiaries.
Yes.
One of them is called TRANSCORP Commodities Limited, which is in Avec. We are producing juice concentrates for the industries in Nigeria. The only juice concentrate manufacturing company in Nigeria.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes, we are the only one. Yeah.
But you're also in power, energy, hospitality.
Yes, we also have our power business, which is called TRANSCORP Uweli Power Limited. It's a 982 megawatts plant, and so far we are generating at about 610 megawatts. When we took over the plant about 15 months ago, it was only generating 160 megawatts. Since then, we've done a lot to repair, bring in new turbines, and so far we are now at about 610, which is about 15% of the power being produced in the country. And so it's another area where there's a lot of growth. We have a third subsidiary, TRANSCORP Hilton Hotels. We have the largest hotel in Nigeria, in Abuja, a 670-room hotel.
It received an award. Awards, actually, many awards.
Yes, we received so many awards, and last year was a lot. We got some awards, and we are the only hotel that's hosted the World Economic Forum in Africa last year, and I believe maybe the Africa CEO Forum, when it comes to Nigeria, soon should be hosted by TRANSCORP Hilton Hotel. So that's our third subsidiary. The fourth one is our TRANSCORP Energy, which is the oil and gas outfit. It has an oil block, and we are exploring some hydrocarbons and also gas, from that particular well.
And why are your business interests in those sectors? Only because these are growing sectors?
Well, they are growing sectors, but we also have some other sectors that we are involved in, but on the corporate social responsibility sectors, and that also is going well. But for the major businesses that is driving the company, they are the 4 I've enumerated. Next
one, please.
Our successes.
Yes. So you were talking about the Hilton Hotel. Mm-hmm. It's the biggest success that you had?
Hilton is one of them. We as a company, we are noted for turning around businesses. When we took over Hilton many years back, it wasn't what it was today, the Hilton Hotels in Abuja. And so far it's a success that we've been able to turn it around. It's now listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and the number of shareholders have increased. Profitability is on the high side. We are additionally, apart from the 2 hotels that we have, developing 2 new hotels for Hilton, one in Lagos and another one in Port Harcourt, which is the oil sector, riverine area in Nigeria. So you could see that's a success, and we hope to achieve much in this area in the next 2 years. We also have the power business. Like as was being said in the conference today, there are a lot of infrastructural issues in Africa. Power is one of them. We have a power plant that has a capacity for 982 megawatts. We're working on bringing it to that level. However, we have also got some other plans to add additional 1,500 megawatts to that plant. And our target is actually to generate at least 25% of the output of power in Nigeria.
But all of this is not only a matter of investment. You invest money, right?
Yes.
But you have to do more to bring them from what you said to what they are now.
Yes.
What is it?
Well, we do a lot in terms of infusion of agriculture. It's surprising that the same businesses that others have run, we come in there and we change it because we bring a different focus, a new culture, a new plan, a new level of activity, and also recognizing employees. So in a way, you're able to get the best out of the people that have been working there before.
So this is the key of your success, the secret, the consideration?
Yeah. It is because we know that we can always add value, not only to stakeholders, to also employees. You do training, you bring people up, and then give them sense of belonging. Entrepreneurship, which is what we are noted for, and then the result becomes something different.
Really? And you are now the most compliant firm?
Yes.
Among the companies listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. How did you do that also?
As I said, the first phase was the first 3 years of stabilization. The board set up various policies, procedures, and then highest level of governance was also part of what the board started from the beginning. And the result was what you saw, that we comply with all requirements of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, the Securities Exchange Commission, and everything. For you to win an award as the most compliant company in the Nigerian Stock Exchange, it tells a lot about the governance. Ours is at the highest level. And I think just the beginning, because in this growth phase, we're going to do more.
And does it have an impact on your activities?
Generally, yes, because our investors are looking forward to investing in companies that comply with all rules and regulations and even do more to be able to win such an award. Yes, it does. And I'm sure our shareholders are happy too.
But what are the ones that did not reach, for example, your expectations in terms of investments?
I would say that all our investments are doing fairly well. However, we do have constraints. Like any other business, there are things we want to do the next day, but somehow, because you have to depend on some other parties, it takes a while, and so on and so forth. For example, the power business, we have laid out plans to expand by additional 1,500 megawatts, but it's dependent on some other factors like having, gas supply, having some suppliers of equipment, and so on and so forth. So some of these become like a constraint in a way that you're not able to achieve it at the right time you wanted. But it's all expected in any business, and then you must have to find a way to get around some of these and get back to on track.
Okay, we'll finish with the Joker questions. There are some issues right now in Nigeria. I'll take 3 of them. And I would like to know how you're dealing with those issues, particularly the drop of oil prices. Does it have an impact on your activities, and how do you manage it?
Well, for our company, not so much on our own activities. It's on the economy generally, because you will expect that the government will adjust certain priorities because of the drop in price. No doubt on the general economy, yes. But for us in our businesses, we don't have much effect on that.
But the general economy has a link, is directly linked to your activities. It
does, in the sense that the exchange rates, no doubt will affect certain things that you have to bring from outside Nigeria, because you pay a little more if the local currency has some devaluation or maybe some changes in value. But generally for us, for our power production, we are also having our tariff reviewed based on the exchange rate. So I'm more or less covered with that. In the hotel too, the rates are adjusted also as exchange rate changes. So in a way, there's some cover for us, so.
Second issue, the actions of Boko Haram in the north of the country. Does it have an impact on your activities or not at all?
I would say the insecurity does have an impact in a way when people view some parts of the country as not being secure, and perhaps by inference also the capital where our hotel is. However, we are not into consumer goods that needs a lot of mass market where you may not be able to sell as much if there are some insecurity around some areas and all that. But no doubt it's something the government of Nigeria is already on top of that. You must have read recent stories that most of the territories have been recovered from the insurgents, and we believe before long this matter will be behind us.
Thank you, Emmanuel NNOROM, CEO of Transnational Corporation of Nigeria, for answering those questions.
Thank you very much.
Merci à vous, chers téléspectateurs. C'était donc l'interview d'Africa 24. À bientôt.